What's up guys, welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/EntitledPeople. Alright, this story's called Entitled Friends Have Heart Set on Baby Shower. Hello peeps! The big finale for this story was last night, and I really want to get this out there, so here goes. My sister is pregnant. Great fun, big belly, the works. After the first Brovid wave, they had the gender reveal. It was great. Balloons, cake. It didn't light the forest on fire. Somewhere at that time, the idea of a baby shower started and a WhatsApp group was created. Now, a baby shower is where you surprise the mother-to-be with a little party. I'm explaining this because surprise is the big thing in this story. Baby is due in December. We wanted to do it in November. But this month, the second wave of Brovid is hitting hard and we are in a semi-lockdown. The lockdown restricts us to having only 3 people over from different households per day. When this was announced, the shower seemed off the table. Sis's mother-in-law was devastated. She is the sweetest woman I know, and she really wanted the shower because it is her first grandchild. So, in her sadness, she informed my sister that they tried to do a shower, but with the new rules, it wouldn't be possible. Sis understood. This was when the group went berserk. How dare she ruin the surprise? What surprise, you might say? Well, most of the girls wanted the party to go through as planned. I think the rest would be better to be done in chat mode. So, here's Entitled Friends! And me, and Sis is the ballooned up sister.
I think sister really deserves it, especially in these times. If sister really didn't want a shower, she would tell somebody that.
But how can she tell she doesn't want something if she thinks any form of shower is off the table?
She just isn't the type to turn down a party.
We can do an after-birth shower party. Ew. The way I said that. After birth. Let's just say post-birth, because saying what they wrote is like after-birth shower party. Ugh. When the wave has cooled down.
Nah, we have a date now. If we cancel this, it won't ever happen.
I decided I would be the scapegoat and just call sister to ask what she would want. Dear girls, I do believe you want the best for sister. However, I feel there are too many assumptions made at this point. I called sis and asked how she feels about a shower in the upcoming month. She says she really does not want to shower. She's limiting her contact with people because she doesn't want to get sick with the baby.
I'm going over there for dinner on Sunday with my significant other, and another couple is coming as well. So that is 6 people. I don't see why we can't do 10 people.
Side note, I think 6 people from 3 households is not the same as 10 people from 9 households. But I had learned that arguing with these ladies was not going to do any good. I'm telling sis they still want to go through, and sis is sending me an app to screenshot that she does not want it. I send the screenshot.
But what did you say to her?
I only screenshotted her response in WhatsApp image. Just ask her yourself if you don't believe me. Well, they did. So my sister went on a rant to me that her friends are being extremely selfish and that they should know that if I am her sister, they should believe me, etc, etc. So that part felt good. In the end, no party. No worries. She's gotten a lot of gifts from her mother-in-law, and I gave her 1,000 diapers and 40 packs of baby wipes. So it's not like she's missing out on all the gifts. 1,000 diapers? Damn, that's actually a really good gift. Diaper boxes are insanely expensive. It's crazy, man. Can you imagine having kids in high school and having to pay for all that crap yourself? That would be redonkulous, man. And I really hate when people try to make something about them when it isn't at all. Like this, come on. If she doesn't want to have a baby shower, get over it. It's not for you. You know what? If you do want a baby shower really bad, just get one yourself. I get it's hard to do if you don't really have a baby or whatever, but like, I know a guy can get you a bunch of babies for a shower. I mean, it's not the most pleasant thing ever because like, while they are babies, like they're still people, you know what I mean? So like, all those babies like raining down on you in a shower formation. It's not that fun. It just makes me feel weird. Plus, like, who knows when they're gonna poop? Cleanup is ridiculous. This story's called How Dare You Speak by My Pool, or by the pool. Hey guys, this is my first post of the sub, and I'm on mobile, so I'm sorry for any mistakes. It's not much of an exciting story, but it is a long one. Alright, so my partner and I went on holiday to Crete last year. We went in the off-season for Brits, and the majority of guests were French and German. I should also point out, I am Scottish, with a pretty strong accent when talking to other Scots. So a bit of info on the hotel. The hotel had a main section, which had the suites, dining room, spa, an adult pool. Is that like skin dipping? Small shops. They had apartments surrounding the land and had a private beach. In the middle of the apartments, there was a family pool. No skinny dipping. Which is where this not so delightful encounter happened. Now, I'll point out the difference between the adult pool and the family pool. It was that no kids were allowed at the adult pool, and it was strictly for relaxing, or skinny dipping. Not even music played. The family pool had music, games, entertainment, a bar, funnily enough, children playing in the pool. They were less than 5 minutes from each other, but the massive main building and the many doors between them meant you couldn't hear anything from either pool. So we had been at the family pool for the most part of the morning, downing all-inclusive, quite strong cocktails. It was about 12 p.m. and I decided to FaceTime my mom back home. A humble brag. I was tipsy at 10 a.m. UK time, a thing we do back and forth when each of us are on holiday. Now, at this point, the entertainment was well underway at the pool. Music blaring, kids screaming, playing water polo or some other pool game. In retrospect, I was probably speaking louder than normal while speaking to my mom, but no louder than I would have been talking to my boyfriend on the lounger next to me. I was probably on the phone about 15 minutes when a French woman approached me. She was sitting about 2 lounges over from myself.
Entitled woman
Is the offender, and there's me, the sufferer. I was mid-sentence, and I am cut off.
It amazes me that your accent is so loud.
Excuse me?
People are trying to relax, and your accent is very annoying.
Are you aware there are kids screaming less than 10 feet from us right now? At this point, I would like to gladly point out a kid had jumped in the pool and splashed her with water, soaking her and her towel.
It is rude that people come to the pool to be relaxed, and you are shouting on your phone. Have some respect.
There is a pool specifically for no noise, less than 5 minutes from where we are right now. Why not take yourself there if you don't wish to hear my loud accent?
I don't see why I should leave due to your ignorance.
I'm not trying to be ignorant. I'm talking at an appropriate volume given my surroundings. Go to the other pool and leave me alone, or go to the other side of this pool with the family, with the crying baby, and relax there. So I'm gonna be honest, I probably wasn't as polite as I should have been, because I was tipsy and honestly not in the mood for an argument. My mom could obviously see me getting more agitated and told me to chill. Nah, Ma, not today. I stood up, not trying to be threatening, but sick of this woman's cleavage swinging in my eyeline. Heyo. Me and my normal Scottish accent. Oh wait, what? Oh, well, pretend the other stuff was posh and this is the standard stuff. Standard to me. Okay, well, I'm going to the bar to get another cocktail, to continue getting pissed and chatting without becoming dehydrated. I'd love it if you weren't here when I come back. Cheers. Brah. Dealt with. Feeling dead proud of myself for not claiming up, and got me and my partner 2 cocktails each to celebrate. Ayo. But to no avail. She had assumed the Karen stance, trademark pending, was some poor boy that worked the kids' entertainment. He shall now be known as Nice Guy. Is everything alright here? Now, these two conversed for a while in French, and I may have taken it in high school, but I've only retained 2 phrases: my name and where I live. When he turned to speak to me, I said the only other phrase I barely even know. Je ne parle pas français. Anglais, s'il vous plaît. I'll speak French. English, please. This woman said you were shouting very loudly and threatened her when she asked you to be quiet. I actually was on a video call to my mom back home. I turned my phone round to show her FaceTime face to man as proof. And she came from 2 beds over to insult me. I informed her of the other pool and the fact I wasn't speaking louder than we are right now. Obviously, my partner was defending me, and Nice Guy did some investigating, and the person next to my partner, sitting the same distance from me as she was, just on the other side, said he could barely hear me over the kids. After some more exchanges in French, she stormed to her husband and grabbed him to leave. Nice guy informed me that he told her the same thing as I did and apologized. About an hour later, we headed to the dinner hall for a snack and we walked past her angrily talking to another couple. So either she was still mad at me or bugging other unwilling victims. Either way, I made it a point to speak excessively loud anytime I passed her in a thicker accent than my normal accent with an obnoxious Scottish statement. My go-to was, "Okay the new, okay the new." I don't know what that is. She sat near to me at the adult pool a few days later, and I asked her to quiet down when she was speaking to her husband, just cause I be petty like that. First of all, that sounds like a badass place to be. She doesn't sound like a badass person though. OP, I have your back. I've got family in Scotland, and it's so funny because like, a lot of the time, like I don't know what she's saying, and I'll be like, yo, what language are you freaking speaking? And I just give her a bunch of crap about how Americans created English. Obviously, it's all just like I'm bullcrapping her, but like I love doing that. I love saying something ridiculous that's like completely untrue and just like stating it as fact just to get the other person like, what is wrong with you? This story's called Entitled Butcher Won't Sell Me the Fish I Want. There's a local butcher chain near where I live that I use anytime I want to have a fancy meal. They have good meat at decent prices, with most of it being locally produced. Good things all around, usually. Well, last week was my mother's birthday, so I stopped by to pick her up some wild-caught salmon to grill. It's her favorite. I was explaining this to the butcher helping me, and he immediately told me, "You don't want that fish. You want the farmed one. It's cheaper and easier for you to cook." I told him, no, I want the wild-caught fish. It's the kind I always get, and I don't like farmed fish for a number of reasons, but usually it's just not as good as the wild stuff. Butcher again tells me I don't know what I'm talking about, and the farm stuff is better. In an effort to play nice, I tell him I'll think about it next time, but that I want the wild-caught this time. And he again says I don't know what I'm talking about, so he begins to pack up the farmed one. Really easy to tell because it was barely pink. I tell him I'm not paying for farmed fish, and he yells, "Either you get this kind or none." So I told him none and started to walk out with the guy screaming at me to never come back. Mind you, it's a chain and I know he's not the owner. I guess I need a new butcher? Edits. At this subsurging, I sent the business an email about my experience. No idea if they'll do anything or even if they'll follow up, but I'll update if they do. Edit 2. I live in Washington State in the United States, where butchers are allowed to sell both meat and seafood. The butcher in question's business is literally named blank meat and seafood, and they are designated as a butcher. Okay, that's actually ridiculous. Why would you not let someone buy... Okay, well, let's find out. Alright, this story's called A Guy Thinks I Owe Him Pictures of My Body. It really saddens me that most of my posts are about creepy, entitled guys. But it's stuff I really need to get out of my chest. You mean off your chest. I used to be friends with this guy, I'll call him Ash, about 1 year ago. We used to chat or call each other daily, but I started to distance myself from him when I found out that one of his bandmates, he is in a local rock band, was a really creepy guy. His bandmate was a predator. He was like 20 and dated girls 16 or younger. When I asked Ash if he still supported his friend after doing that, he said yes. I stopped talking to Ash completely because I didn't want to be around those kinds of people. And I started to distance myself from most of the members of local rock bands because the majority of them are awful, disgusting, and entitled people. When quarantine started, Ash sent me a message saying, "Hi, I miss you." And I just texted a casual hi because I didn't want to be mean or anything, and we talked for a while. And he asked me if I was single, which I told him I was single since I had broken up with my then boyfriend. Ash told me he finally had the chance, and I was like, huh? And he told me, "I've always liked you, but in a different way." I didn't even open the message for like 2 weeks because I didn't want to deal with that crap. My friends told me that I should ask him what he meant by in a different way. So I complied and I asked him, "What do you mean by that?" And he told me one of the most disgusting things I've ever been told. "I've always wanted to Whoo, your little body. You seem like a good puppy. I've always liked you in that way. And then and there, I stopped answering. Ash started to message me saying, "Did I say something wrong? Or did I totally screw everything? I really like you." And I just sent him a, "Don't talk to me or I'm going to block you." And that's where he started to get aggressive, asking me for full body pictures or stuff like that, even though I didn't answer him. He started demanding stuff from me, insulting and degrading me, calling me awful names. Also, he tried calling my phone number a couple of times, but I blocked his number. I told a couple of mutual friends and they showed me screenshots of the guy saying disgusting stuff about me to them. That's when I blocked him on every social media. Wow. See, that's why you gotta be careful with who you hang out with, because you'll be surprised with what you become okay with. This story's called Update. Entitled Butcher Won't Sell Me the Fish I Want. I promised I would update if I heard back from the company who owns the butcher shop I dealt with last week, and while I admit I didn't actually expect to have a post, here we are. Yesterday afternoon, at the urging of this and the other sub I cross-posted in, I sent the company an email explaining what had happened last week at their store, but not asking for any actions to be taken. This morning, when I was checking my email, I had a response from the owner of the company, asking if I could call them whenever I was able. I called the owner a short while ago, and they began with apologizing to me for how I had been treated, and then explained that the employee had already been reprimanded, will no longer have an outward-facing role, and are instead processing meats and on their final warning. Last week, when I was in the store, there were a few customers milling around. They didn't say anything while I was getting yelled at, so I really didn't pay them any mind. Apparently, one of those customers was a close family friend of the owner's, and let the owner know what had happened. And because of that, this employee had already been dealt with last week. I've just been sitting around festering over this for nothing, I guess. Either way, the company has apologized and has made an effort to make things up to me. I genuinely appreciated it and will definitely be coming back next time I'm in need of some good quality meat. If you're one of the local people who were able to identify the company, please support them. They're a good company that had a bad seed, but don't hold this against them. Thanks everyone for suggesting I notify them in the first place. Also, the many people teaching me about how European butchers work, specifically England and the Netherlands, from the comments, things I didn't know. Wait, are butchers like different over there? Any English people or Dutch folk out there that can comment on this? Pitmaster X, if you're there maybe. Pitmaster X watches these videos, right? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.